Our most complete game all year was today. Even though we started off kind of slow, still score 90 points for multiple guys to get hot on the same night. I've been asking for that all year. And today's game was one of those games. So I'm really proud of the guys. Set the records in a lot of areas, 14 for 27 from three, 8 for 9 from free throw, 24 assists. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Terry, first question.
Hey, Coach, 2 questions for you. When you this year, you want your team to win and win the right way. Is this what you was talking about? And secondly, a lot of people in Memphis want to know, why are you going to the Memphis State uniforms this offseason?
Well, first of all, first question, I'm sorry, because that Memphis State threw me off. What was the first question again?
The first question is, earlier this year, you talked about winning and winning the right way. And then, is this what you mean by winning the right way?
Yeah, for sure. It takes a lot of work with this group because they get a little distracted. So I'm always screaming and yelling because I try to keep us level-headed and locked in for the entire game. But this is the type of game that I'm talking about, where we put everything together and played exceptionally well in all areas of the game. And the Memphis State jerseys came to us right before we went to conference tournament. That's why we've been playing with those conference tournament in conference tournament and in the NIT. And I'm very superstitious. So we're winning with them. Why are we going to get out of them? But it's no disrespect to the University of Memphis or anything. It's still the same thing to me. And we're wearing those because we're winning in them.
Jason?
Hey, Penny, can you tell us how shoot around went yesterday? It sounds like it was a little tense based on some of the things the broadcasters were saying during the game, that you had to kind of get on the guys a little bit. And if that is indeed how it went yesterday, obviously your point got across to the guys.
Well, I mean, like, this group isn't as focused as it needs to be all the time. They think we're just going to roll over and teams are going to let us win. And when we're going through shoot-arounds, we have to be locked in. And some of the guys weren't locked in, and we just have to tell them, hey, man, this is the chance to go to the finals of the NIT. We're not taking Colorado State lightly. We have to lock in, and we have to get on a couple guys, and then everything was better. For sure, you just got to stay locked in. That's my job, to make sure everyone stays locked in.
Anthony?
Go ahead, Bruce. One quick follow-up. Do you think you'll have to worry about them being locked in tomorrow?
I don't think so, because it's for the championship. I think when you get an opportunity to win a ring, there's a lot of motivation there, and we're not overlooking anybody. We're playing good basketball. We know who we are. And I don't think that we're going to have to tell guys tomorrow we're playing for a championship. They already know that, and they're going to come out ready to play.
Anthony?
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank
you. It seems like in this game you played Musa later in the game than you have in previous games. What were you seeing that the other team was giving you that allowed him to get those minutes later in the game?
Well, they had a big out there that wasn't going to try to isolate him. And he could definitely just plug up the hole and then get back to that big. When they put number 21 at the Roddy at the big man, we had to take him out. But we played him late because they kept number 11 out there to try to shoot some threes. And that helped him stay on the floor. But when they went small, they tried to do it in the first half. We went small. And then they tried to do it later in the game. But I put him out there because they had number 11 and number 10 on the floor.
And what was the mood of the team like in the locker room right after the game? And compared to when you guys realized you weren't going to the NCAA tournament and to now being in a position to win the championship in this tournament, like kind of the difference in how they're feeling?
Well, after we lost to Houston, we knew that it was going to be hard for us to get in. So it was very disappointing, and to be a number 1 seed in the NIT is an honor. So the guys in the locker room today were very excited because we put a complete game together. And we're excited. We're ready to get to the championship game tomorrow. We came here to win. We got in the NIT to win a championship, and that's what we want to do.
Teresa?
Penny, you talk about that slow start. How key was that 22-2 run, I think, in the first half to get them playing the way you wanted them to play today?
That was big because our pressure wasn't really bothering them as much, and they were getting what they wanted. and they were kind of hanging around. And then we switched up the pressure on how we were attacking them, and we got the run that we wanted and got out. And then we kind of relinquished that that lead right before half. But that was enough for us to get our confidence up and what we know we needed to do going into the second half.
Danielle?
Seemed like there were a ton of little effort plays being made tonight on both ends of the floor. Is there one that kind of stuck out to you early where you could tell, like, okay, you know, they want this, they are locked in?
Well, when we went on that run, there was nothing that they could do. We were all over the place. We were scrambling for each other. We were covering for each other. We had high hands. We had good closeouts. We made them take tough shots. We got the rebound, and then we pushed it. And that's when Lester Quinones was playing exceptionally well and shooting the ball really well. So, you know, it was just it was that entire run right there. And then the second half, it was Damian Ball just taking Stevens out of the game.
You mentioned Damian after the game the other day too. You know, how have you seen him kind of progress? It seemed like he was quiet a lot earlier in the season and has now, you know, really been able to do a lot of different things for you guys.
Well, he understands what's at stake. You know, with Alex Lomax being out for a number of games now, he and Boogie know what it is. And Damian, he has a lot of pressure on him coming into the game. Came in the first half, in the first couple of minutes, a little nervous. I had to take him back out, and I challenged him on the sideline to go back out there and play better, and he did. He helped spark that run when he checked into the game, and then in the second half, he helped us push out. He and DeAndre Williams. DeAndre had 4 steals. I mean, those guys really just sparked the defensive side of the ball, and we pushed out.
Clayton, last question.
Hi, Benny. Just, you know, you look at the last few years, all the different things between whether it's, you know, COVID or losing guys and everything along the way. Does this stretch feel like really one of the first times that you're implementing what you want and seeing it out on the court and having that extended amount of time without, X factor, Y factor, outside of, basketball getting involved in the way? And is this the result, that you're hoping for, at least in terms of what you're seeing on the court over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, for sure. Because my first year, I didn't have a chance to put anything in. It was Coach Tubby's team. We had a veteran team, a lot of seniors. Didn't put anything in last year, having the youngest team, James Wiseman being out, DJ getting hurt. Really didn't put a lot of the defenses in, just tried to play basketball. This year, with the 2 pauses that we had for COVID, it allowed me to put everything in that I know that was going to help us be able to adjust in the game. I didn't have it when we went to South Dakota, and then DeAndre Williams didn't go. I didn't have it against Auburn. Didn't have it against the teams that we needed to beat to put ourselves in a conversation for the NCAA. And when we had those 2 pauses, I put everything in that I knew defensively. And now this is the style of basketball that you guys are seeing. That is finally the basketball that I played at Lester Middle, Team Penny when I was with Team Penny, and at East High School that won me those championships. So it's here now. This is our culture, and this is who we are.